Okay, now the ninth question. Here it's given that an analysis of monthly wages paid to the workers of two firms A and B belonging to the same industry gives the following data. Okay, so now we have to find which firm A or B has greater variability in individual wages, and second bit is which firm has larger wage bill. Okay, so now we'll go to the solution of this. Since variation of distribution of wages in firm A. Okay, in firm A it is given as 81, right? This one, okay, 81. That is sigma 1 square is equal to 81. Okay, that implies sigma 1 is equal to 9. Okay, so now since it's given that variation of distribution of wages in firm B. Okay, in firm B it's given as sigma 2. We'll consider it as sigma 2. Okay, sigma 2 square, that is equal to 100. That implies sigma 2 is equal to 10, right? So therefore CV of distribution of wages of firm A, okay, of firm A is equal to sigma 1 divided by x1 bar into 100. Okay, that is equal to 9 divided by 186. Okay, even that is given here. Okay, 186 into 100, which is equal to 4.84. Okay, then now we will find the CV of distribution of wages of firm B. Okay, so that is equal to sigma 2 by x2 bar into 100, which is equal to 10 divided by 175 into 100, which is equal to 5.71. Okay, so since CV of firm B, okay, CV of firm B is greater than CV of firm A, we can say that firm B has greater variability in individual wages. Okay, so this was our first bit. Okay, this was our first bit. Now we'll move on to our second bit, that is firm A has number of workers, that is wage earners N1, okay, that is N1 is equal to 500. So its average daily wage, say x1 bar is equal to rupees 186. Since average daily wage is equal to total wages paid divided by number of workers. Okay, so that implies total wages paid is equal to number of workers into average daily wage. Okay, so which implies N1 into x1 bar is equal to 500 into 186, okay, which is equal to 93,000. Okay, now firm B. Firm B has number of wage earners as, that is N2 is equal to 600. Okay, so average daily wage, say X2 bar is equal to rupees 175. Okay, so therefore total daily wages paid to the workers, will be equal to N2 into X2 bar, that is equal to 600 into 175, which is equal to rupees 1,05,000. Okay, so hence the firm B has larger wage bill. Okay, because for firm A it was 93,000. Okay, and for firm B it is 1,05,000. So firm B has larger wage bill. Okay. So now the 10th one, the scores of two cricketers A and B in 10 innings are given below. Find who is a better run getter and who is more consistent player. Okay, so here the scores of A and B are given. Okay, so for cricketer A, okay, that is X bar is equal to sum of the scores divided by number of innings. Okay, so that will be equal to here sum of the scores of X will be, this will be 540. Okay, and this will be 380. Okay, so this is 540 by 10. Okay, because the innings it's given as 10 in the question, so this is equal to 54. Okay, and for cricketer B, that is Y bar is equal to again sum of the scores divided by number of innings. Okay, so this is equal to 380 by 10, which is equal to 38. Okay, so now we will draw a table. Okay, so I have drew a table. Now we will write xi. Okay, xi is given as in the question 40, this is 25, 19, 80, 38, okay, 8, 67, 121, 66 and 76. Okay, and yi it's given as 28, 70, 31, 0, 14, 111, 66, 31, 25 and 4. Okay, so now we will find xi minus x bar. Okay, so xi minus x bar, that is 40 minus x bar we have just calculated, right, that is 54. Okay, so that is equal to minus 14 here. Okay, similarly calculate for others as well. So this will be 29, this is minus 35, this is 26, this is minus 16, minus 46, 13, 67, 12 and 22. Okay. Similarly, the square of this will be 14 square is 196, 29 square is 841, 1225, 676, 256, 2116, 169, 4489, 144, and this is 484. Okay. Now we'll move on to yi minus y bar, that is 28 minus y bar, we got it as 38, right? So this will be equal to minus 10. Similarly for the others, this is 32, this is minus 7, minus 38, minus 24, 73, 28, minus 7, minus 13, minus 34. Okay, so square of this will be 100. Okay, then 20, 24, 49, 1, 444, 576, 5329. Just calculate this. Okay, I have already done it, so I'm just writing as it is. So 784, 49, 169, and 1156. Okay, now we will write the summation of xi. Okay, summation of xi is equal to 540. Okay, and this will be 10596. Okay, and summation of yi will be equal to 380, and this one is equal to 10680. Okay, so now we will find standard deviation. Okay, so standard deviation of scores of A, that is equal to, okay, that is equal to sigma x, that is equal to 1 by n into sigma, that is summation of xi minus x bar whole square whole root. Okay, so which is equal to root of 10596. We just got the result, right? Divided by 10, that is equal to root of 1059.6, which is equal to 32.55. Okay, so now standard deviation of scores of B. Okay, that is sigma y is equal to root of 1 by n summation of yi minus y bar whole square, that is equal to root of 10680 divided by 10. Okay, that is equal to root of 1068, which is equal to 32.68. Okay, so CV of A is equal to sigma x by x bar into 100, which is equal to 32.55. We just got this, right? 32.55 divided by 54 into 100. Okay, that is equal to 60.28. Okay, and CV of B, that is equal to sigma y by y bar into 100, which is equal to 32.68. Okay, 32.68 divided by 38 into 100, which is equal to 86. Okay, so since x bar is greater than y bar, okay, so x bar is greater than y bar, right? So since x bar is greater than y bar, so it means that cricketer A is a better run getter. CV of A is less than CV of B. So cricketer A is also a more consistent player. So now we'll move to the 11th question. From the prices of shares X and Y given below for 10 days of trading, find out which share is more stable. Okay, so here X and Y values are given. Okay, that is price of shares of X and Y. Okay, so for share X, okay, for share X, that is we'll find X bar for that. that is equal to, you know that it is sum of the observations divided by number of observations, right? So 35 plus 54 plus 52 plus 53 plus 56 plus 58 plus 52 plus 50 plus 51 plus 49, okay, divided by how many observations are there here? 10. Okay, so that is equal to 510 divided by 10, which is equal to 51. Okay, then for share y, okay, for share y, that is y bar is equal to 108 plus 107 plus 105 plus 105 again plus 106 plus 107 plus 104 plus 103 plus 104 plus 101 divided by 10. Okay, so this is equal to 1050 divided by 10, which is equal to 105. Okay, so now we will construct a table. Okay, so I have constructed a table. Now we will write the x and y values in this. Okay, so x values are 35, 54, then this is 52, 53, 56, 58, 52, 50, 51 and 49. Okay, now the y values given in the question are 108, 107, 105, 105, 106, 107, 104, 103, 104, 101. Okay, so here xi minus x bar we have to find. So our xi is 35 minus x bar value what we got is 51 right here. So that 51 will write here. So this is equal to minus 16. Okay, similarly calculate for others. So this is 3, 1, 2, 5, 7, 1, minus 1, 0 and minus 2. Okay, so and square of this is 256, 9, 1, 4, 25, 49, 1, 1, 0, 4. Okay, and yi value we have, and this is 108 minus y bar value is 105, right? So this will be 3. Okay, similarly calculate for others. 2, 0, 0, 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, minus 1 and minus 4. Okay, and square of this will be 9, 4, 0, 0, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1 and this is 16. Okay, so now we have to find the summation of this. Okay, summation of this. This is equal to 350. Okay, and summation of this is equal to 40. So now we will find the standard deviation. Okay, standard deviation of scores of x. Okay, that is equal to sigma x, which is equal to whole root of 1 by n into summation of xi minus x bar whole square. Okay, which is equal to 350 here we got, divided by n value is 10. Okay, so this is equal to 5.92. And now standard deviation of scores of y. Okay, that is sigma y is equal to whole root of 1 by n into summation of yi here. Okay, yi minus y bar whole square. This is equal to root of 40 divided by 10, which is equal to 2. Okay, so now coefficient of variation of x. Okay, that is equal to sigma x by x bar into 100, which is equal to here 5.92 divided by 51 into 100, which is equal to 11.61. Okay, and now the coefficient of variation of y is equal to sigma y divided by y bar into 100. Okay, that is equal to 2 by 1/5 into 100, which is equal to 1.9. Okay, so since here coefficient of variance of x is greater than coefficient of variance of y, so therefore we can say that share of y is more stable. Okay, we can say that share of y is more stable. So now the 12th one, the mean of 5 observations is 4.4, their variance is 8.24. If 3 of the observations are 1, 2 and 6, find the other 2 observations. Okay, so let the other observations are x and y. Okay, then what would be the series? Then the series would be 1, 2, 6, x and y. Okay, now we know that xy is equal to sum of the observations divided by number of observations, right? This is for ungrouped data. Okay, so mean, that is x bar, is equal to 4.4. It is given in the question. Okay, so that implies 1 plus 2 plus 6 plus x plus y divided by 5 is equal to 4.4. So that implies x plus y will be equal to 13. Okay, we'll consider this as 1. Now variance, that is sigma square, is equal to 8.24. It's given in the question again. So that implies 1 by n sigma xi square minus x bar square is equal to 8.24, because we have a formula that is sigma square is equal to this formula, right? So that implies 1 plus 4 plus 36 plus x square plus y square divided by 5 minus 4.4 whole square is equal to 8.24. That implies x square plus y square is equal to 5 into 8.24 plus 19.36 minus 41. So this implies x square plus y square is equal to 97. Okay, we'll consider this as 2. Now this 2, okay, 2 implies we can write x square plus y square as x plus y whole square minus 2xy, right? So nothing but this one. This one I'm writing it as x plus y whole square plus 2xy. That is equal to 97. Okay, that implies 169 minus 2xy is equal to 97. Okay, because x plus y value we have it as 13 from 1. Okay, so that implies 2xy is equal to 169 minus 97. That implies xy is equal to 36. Okay, then x plus y is equal to 13 and xy is equal to 36 we have. So from that we can find x and y, right? So that implies x is equal to 9 and y is equal to 4. Okay, this is by just observation. Okay, so therefore the required observations are 4 and 9. Okay.